Welcome back to Alchemy of the Dark Feminine with your host, Grace and Khan. In the last episode, we explored why so many people lose themselves in relationships. Today, I want to talk about something that sits underneath that pattern: self-worth. Or more specifically, what happens when we outsource it? Because most people don't consciously wake up and think, I'm going to let other people determine my value today. And yet that's often exactly what's happening. Maybe your confidence changes depending on whether someone responds to your message. Maybe your mood changes based on how much money came in this month. Maybe you feel amazing when your content performs well and question yourself when it doesn't. Maybe you feel worthy when you're productive and inadequate when you're resting. These experiences are incredibly common, but they reveal something important. Many of us have learned to use external circumstances as evidence of our worth, and when we do that, our self-worth becomes unstable because we're asking things outside of us to answer a question that they were never designed to answer. The question is, am I enough? Money cannot answer that question. Relationships cannot answer that question. Achievement cannot answer that question. Recognition cannot answer that question. And neither can an audience, because all of those things fluctuate. Some days people applaud you, some days they don't. Some months business grows, and some months it doesn't. Some relationships deepen, and some relationships end. If your worth rises and falls with those experiences, life becomes emotionally exhausting because you're constantly searching for evidence that you're okay. You're constantly searching for evidence that you're enough and that you're valuable. And the challenge is that validation works temporarily, okay? Someone compliments you, you feel good. A post performs well, you feel confident. A client signs up, you feel secure. But then that feeling fades and the search begins again. Not because you're broken, but because validation and self-worth are not the same thing. Validation can be received, but self-worth must be embodied. And when those two things become confused, people often spend years of their life chasing feelings that never fully stay. The promotion, the relationship, the money, the recognition, the next achievement. Believing that the next thing will finally create the feeling they're looking for. But what they're actually seeking is not more validation. It's stability, it's security, and it's self-trust. It's the ability to remain connected to their own value regardless of what's happening around them. And that is very different. Because when your worth depends on external conditions, life feels unpredictable. But when your worth becomes internal, external conditions can change without changing who you are. That's not arrogance. That's not superiority. It's not pretending that difficult things don't affect you. It's simply knowing that your value is not up for negotiation. And for many people, that's a radical idea because we have been taught to prove our worth, to earn our worth, to demonstrate our worth. But very few people were taught how to simply be with their worth. Without the performance, without achievement, without approval, without evidence. So, today I want to leave you with a question. What have you been asking to determine your worth? A relationship? Your income? Your productivity? Your audience? Your achievements? And what would change if those things could no longer define who you are? Just sit with that. Notice what comes up, because awareness is where change begins. Okay? Thank you for being here today. If this resonates with you, you are invited. I will see y'all in the next episode. Bye for now.